too much. It's too much. Chris Harrison getting canceled for what?
So shout out to the GOAT, the Bachelor GOAT.
Motherfucking GOAT, dog. He's my favorite.
He's literally...
I laugh every time he comes on screen.
It's
bro.
amazing.
That's so funny.
It's amazing.
He's so funny.
And the idea that this guy could be disrespectful. There are 30 cock-thirsty women in a fucking hotel. They haven't seen the outside world. He's famous to these women. He could take advantage of that. He could be sneaking in and out of hotels. They'd be dying for that type of attention. Doesn't do a single thing. Very nice.
Never offers career. Hey, I'll give you better show promo if you.
Nothing.
None of that.
Nothing takes advantage of it.
No,
takes that check. Is incredibly professional. Keeps it moving.
Me too. No me.
Okay. No me too's. He did something, and I've thought a lot about this.
Yeah.
He defended one of the contestants. So one of the contestants, I believe in Rachael.
Yeah.
She looks like Emily Ratajkowski a little bit, but more
broke.
You're fucked up, bro. She's my favorite in the house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's my favorite to win it.
Really?
Yeah. She's my favorite to win it. So she went, I think when she was in college, to like a Old South themed party.
Sounds fun.
So that's one of those tricky things where if you're not white, you're like, how do I dress? Like this is before Bridgerton, you know what I mean? Where you could just ignore racial history and just dress the part anyway. But an Old South themed party. And I was thinking about this and I was like, okay, can we not have any parties or festivities that are themed in the past while there are these incredibly like racist atrocities happening because they remind us of it? You know, like should all of them be illegal? Right? And my first reaction was like, that's stupid. There's more to the South than just slavery. They had culture that was independent from slavery, and they are reenacting this culture. They're not reenacting a slave plantation. They're reenacting the outfits, the dresses, the drinks, etc. Right? So that was my knee-jerk reaction, right? And then I thought, hold on. I'm sure during Nazi Germany, there were outfits and dresses and cultural nuances in the parties that German people could reenact. But if they did, we'd be like, yo, what is this old German party going on here? I understand the party might be separate from what's happening to Jewish people in Germany, but it's still reminiscent of that time, and it's hard to separate those two. So while I don't think that a girl going to an event like this, especially when they're fucking 18 or 19 years old, they're in these like formative years of their life, while I don't think that that's inherently racist, I do think it's something that you can look back on as an adult and go, yeah, that's a kind of stupid thing to do.
Yeah.
That's because it is impossible to separate that time with slavery. So that's a kind of stupid thing to do, even if that is not the intent at all.
Can I play devil's advocate?
Please.
With your Nazi Germany parallel. There was no German culture didn't slap. There's some Southern shit that's kind of fire.
Son, what do you mean German culture didn't slap, bro?
Help me out.
I was trying.
There's some fire South shit. The accents are fun. The fucking everything is big hair, big dresses. It's all just kind of fun. Now, maybe it's not fun enough to overcome the atrocity that people will think of when they think of the South. But everything about Germany in their culture is just stupid. The accent is stupid. You sound like fucking idiots. You know what I mean? Your clothes. All we can think of with German clothes is the actual SS outfit.
That's a good point.
We can't think of any wardrobe beyond.
We can think of the when they're giving you the beer.
Oh, wait. What's
it called? Beer Fest? Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest. That's cool. You go to Oktoberfest party.
Yeah. Dinder, that's not, I think, is for the girls, and Lederhosen is for the guys.
Yeah. That's not in any way tied to Nazi Germany as far as I know. If that was like...
And if they dress like that, we're cool. Yeah. Because we're like, oh, that was before you guys hated Jews.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, 100%. Southern culture is different in that sense. Now, maybe it's not enough. But I also think all Chris Harrison was saying, and he worded it poorly, but I saw that like 2.5 minute whatever.
Yeah.
And he's basically saying... let's have some grace for this girl. She made a stupid mistake. Now, the one thing he fucks up, it doesn't make any sense. The lady's interviewing him. He goes, well, you have to ask yourself, is it stupid now in 2021? Yes. Was it stupid in 2018? You got to look at it from a different angle. And I'm like, 2018 is not 1998.
Yeah.
It's 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So that defense, dumb.
I think that he's 100% right about grace. Like, we have to give people grace.
Yeah.
You know, especially when they're young and impressionable and all their friends are going to this party. And like you said, there are some really fun things, I guess, about Southern culture in terms of like the dress, etc. You know, if people want to dress like, you know, Marie Antoinette, or they want to dress like Bridgerton, like I'm sure there's incredible atrocities that are happening around the globe because of the fucking English Empire.
Oh, yeah.
But when they're celebrating those outfits, they're not celebrating those atrocities.
Right.
Right. So it is tricky. But grace, yes. You can't immediately put slavery and racism on a girl because she goes to that party.
Yes.
Right? You can put, I want to fit in with my friends and I want to do things with my friends.
Yes.
And I may be willing to do things that, like, when I'm older, I regret.
And maybe I'm 18. I have no worldly knowledge. I probably grew up in a suburb. I don't understand how much this can hurt people's feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to a party in my mind.
Yeah.
I'm 18. Everyone at 18 is a fucking idiot. You're not smart. I've yet to meet an 18-year-old where I'm like, yo, I love the way you navigate the world. You get it. You're wise. Wisdom is for old people.
Yes.
She's, all right, it was stupid, I guess. We wouldn't do it now. She wouldn't do it now. She was 18. I think I can forgive that.
So here's the thing. Chris Harrison says it. What, Al?
Nah, I don't know. And maybe it's because I'm black, I just can't think of
why your
Old
opinion matters.
South without connecting slavery to it.
And that's valid.
Like,
and I cannot argue with.
Like, even while you're dressing up, it's like you still have slavery.
I was making that argument, and I knew it wasn't the strongest. So even if you say that, I'll be all right. Fair enough. Can you accept?
I think. Sorry to interrupt, but I think as Northerners, our only understanding of the South is slavery.
Okay.
And now it's transitioned into racism or bigotry.
Mm-hmm.
So I think most Northerners, or even like Californians, etc., that's what they assume the South is. Like, whenever Northerners want to do a dumb person accent, what do? Southern accent.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever they want to do a racist accent, Southern accent. So that's our own bigotry towards people from the South. And it's because when we learn about the South, we often don't go there. Most Northerners aren't going to visit in fucking Mississippi, right? They're not visiting Alabama, you know? So we don't know anything but what we read in the books and what we learned about. So it's hard for us to disconnect their history from, and their culture from slavery, because we think they're one and the same.
Mm-hmm.
When there were, I imagine, plenty of people that did not have slaves, but were still Southern culturally. You know, like the one group that seems to get away from this is like people from New Orleans.
Yeah.
Like, people from New Orleans can still like maintain their own kind of like unique culture. They can wear cool outfits and do all this kind of stuff. And we kind of just gone, oh yeah, but that's a New Orleans thing.
Yeah.
If you do that in Alabama or Mississippi, we're like, that's kind of slavey.
I get what you say.
You see what I mean? Yeah. But like, for whatever reason, New Orleans is forgiven.
Yeah, I don't know the exact timeline, but it just feels like New Orleans had like
it's more mixed,
mixed a little bit.
I don't know
earlier, so that's why it doesn't
like
have that.
Creole culture is mixed, like Black Creole.
Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah. They are more mixed culturally.
Yeah.
It almost feels like the white people down there have a lot of like Black influence and like almost like like French or Haitian influence. Like, yeah, it just seems super mixed. So maybe it takes a little of the stank of the racism off. That's possible. But they had slaves throughout the Civil War. Even after the Emancipation Proclamation. They didn't stop slavery until 1865, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, it's tricky. But Chris Harrison took a leave of absence from the show for this.
Because he was, I don't know, he was
the fuck?
Tone deaf or something. Again, even what I'm saying, Al, like when I was saying that, I was trying to kind of be funny. But if we say, okay, fine, you cannot separate the Old South from slavery, can you at least understand why someone would say, okay, a girl made a dumb mistake, let's just try to be a little graceful?
Oh, yeah.
That's where we're saying.
But I think you could still call it like, oh, this was a dumb thing. It was...
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll accept that. I'll give you that. 100%.
Both are true. Yeah. Both are true. Like we've all done things we regret as kids. You know, whether it was like tease people, whether it was like, some joining fucking gangs and shit like that. Like we've all been a part of things we wish we didn't do when we were young. And now that we're older, we're like, fuck, that was dumb. And like, maybe I affected people in a wrong way. You know, like I shouldn't have done that.
Absolutely.
But we're allowed to be forgiven. I think that we forgive people. I mean, we forgive rappers for way more. Yeah. I mean, like rappers openly rapping about harming people.
Yeah. And I love it.
Not only harming people, selling drugs and harming people within their own community.
Yeah.
We have some of the biggest Black Lives Matter supporter rappers who proved to us earlier in their careers that Black lives did not really matter to them. If you listen to those early albums, they're not talking about white people that they're selling drugs to.
The sentence is worded in a way that people are going to get upset at it, but what you're saying is, it's right. They put capitalism over the lives in their own community if they needed to, or 100%. My survival and thriving.
And then we saw them change and become people that like we admire and we look up to and like lead us in terms of civil rights and Black life mattering. We look at them and go, holy shit, this person is putting his money where his mouth is. I fucks with that person. That person is real. He's matured. So if we can let somebody who has committed the most egregious acts possible, or at least has said that he committed those acts or tried to commit those acts, right, to humans, I think that we could offer a little grace to a girl who goes to a fucking stupid themed party.
Yeah.
Right?
I can definitely agree with that.
And maybe if we start letting it, maybe if we start allowing people to like go, I fucked up as a kid, right? Maybe maybe we just leave that open a little bit more. There'll be much more people who admit it. Yeah. There'll be people who come out and they're just like, man, how stupid were those parties we would throw?
We're all full of shit. That's all we need to accept. Yeah. All of us ain't shit, and that's it.